In this particular video, we will be mostly talking about SAP Activate. So the sequence is in first couple of videos, we will talk about SAP Activate, and then we will talk about how SAP Activate can be used in SAP Central Finance scenario. So we will go in particular sequence, and let's start with that. So first, let's go ahead with what is SAP Activate. So SAP Activate is a deployment methodology built on ASAP for the on-premise and SAP launch for cloud projects. So being a part of SAP project, you must be aware that SAP has been using ASAP methodology, knowing accelerating SAP, which have like preparation, blueprint, configurations, and other phases for on-premise systems, mostly for ECC till now. And then SAP came up with SAP Launch for cloud projects. However, now this Activate methodology supersedes all other methodology being already being used by SAP. So now ASAP is no more updated, SAP Launch is no more updated, and now SAP only recommends project through SAP Activate. So that's a implementation methodology for any project. Let's talk about some of the key principles of SAP Activate. So it starts with the whole process starts with SAP best practices. So what happens is it's built on the pillar of SAP best practices, where this entire methodology is built, come up with standard best practices based on industry, based on technology, based on business processes. Yeah, and then also it also did the solution fit confirmation, which includes whether the solution is fit to standard, which when we say standard, it means whether the solution is future fit for standard. So when we say future fit, so if you know that now most of the projects are going on cloud, and cloud, it is very difficult if we create something, let's say implicit enhancement. If we do implicit enhancement, you cannot migrate to cloud. So it also ensures that your solution is best fit in terms of the solution is basically aligned with future strategies, and it is fit for future, taking for future. And fit gap is something which is part of any traditional project, where every project we see fit gap analysis, we have business requirement, we have solution, and then we say okay, we do gap analysis, and then we do build some custom, and on top of that now SAP says okay, you do custom, but that is fine, we also want to see if that custom fits for the future standard. So that's what it is doing. Then another important principle for SAP Activate is it is modular, scalable, and agile. What does that mean? The modularity of the approach allows the companies as well as the implementation partners, the SI, to swap out specific modules as we need. So it's like, for example, solution adoption activities that include organizational change management and deliverables and tasks swapped with company or partner activities. And scalability, that's a modularity of the solution. So you can choose, you can design yourself. Scalable is basically, you can say scalability is demonstrated by the ability to use same approach for implementing S4HANA Cloud for growing organizations in a rapid cycle of just few weeks, as can be used to deploy S4HANA in large multinational companies. So, and mostly it is now, your current, you should have to ensure that if you are investing millions or now, your solution is scalable for future. You cannot just say, okay, we implement now, but after 4 years, if the way technology is changing, your solution is not scalable. So it has to be scalable. And of course, at the end, it is built on agile principles. Agile approach basically structure the project into multiple releases. You can call them sprints or increments that allow, you build something, you test, and then in short span of time, let's say 4 weeks, 3 weeks of sprint, you bundle your activities, and then you test it, and then you move ahead. So rather than you document 100 things First, in traditional SAP, what we do is, we do documentation and then we do whole configuration for a few months and then we start testing. And if we have a problem, we have to come back again. So here it gives quick view. You build something, you test it quickly and in each sprint. So you can divide your project activities by sprint. And of course, at the end, as I mentioned in few points, it is cloud ready. So if you are making ensuring that your solution is fit to standard and you are following the best practices, then of course, it's cloud ready. So those are the key principles of SAP Activate. And some of the key elements of SAP Activate are best practices. As I said, SAP deliver best practices being part of when you get into licensing. So it is already into, the best practices are delivered by standard SAP via Solution Manager. You can download those, and it includes, even for SAP has been delivering those for ECC projects, but now best practices have been also available for S/4HANA. In Best Practice Explorer, you can have with the help of Solution Manager, you can have best practices available download to your system, and you can play on those. Like model company is one of the SAP best practices. And then we have the guided configuration. SAP comes up with the standard some of the guiding configurations already, which like you can say for X industry, for the retail industry, this process is already being taken care of. So you don't need to build something from scratch. You can use the existing configuration. And one methodology. So even if you are on cloud or you are on migration or you are implementing any S4 HANA, you follow one methodology. So even if you change your approach of the program, your methodology doesn't change. So what is the need? So ASAP is replaced by SAP Activate for on-premise, and of course, as I said, SAP Launch is replaced by Activate. So basically, when different strategies have been replaced, now they are, of course, we need some strategy, some methodology to implement the project further. So at the end, SAP Activate is the solution for future. Phases of SAP Activate, I will just name give you the sequence. It's discover, prepare, explore, realize, deploy, and run. However, I will not explain the details, the content of all these phases. I will cover all those in video number 34. As I said here, explanation of each phase in another video. So that's video number 34, where if you want to deep dive this particular area, your all 6 phases are explained in pretty detail. So this is what introduction to SAP Activate is. Of course, now after introduction, as I said in video number 34, you will find the phases, details of the phases, and of course in next videos, few videos, we will talk about how this SAP Activate can be aligned with central finance implementation. Of course, at the end, central finance is also S4 HANA implementation, so we will see how it can be used. So for now, that's all. Thank you so much for listening in. Keep liking the video, subscribe the channel, and of course, please share the channel videos with the friends and colleagues who want to learn about S4 HANA and Central Finance. Thank you so much and have a nice day.